Is it still your position that teachers should not engage, Mr. Glazier? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Look, we've made it absolutely clear as a union that we want the schools to go back when it's safe to do so, and we've been very responsible in ensuring that we find out when it's safe to do so. We're very concerned that we understand the science, and that's why teacher union leaders today are going to meet with Chris Whitty to discuss that science. And we've said that...
So you are engaging now?
We're engaging. We've been trying to engage...
No. Earlier this week, you instructed your members not to engage.
What we gave was some holding advice pending our further consideration of the issues and understanding the science behind what the government is saying may be, because it's conditional, may be a situation by the 1st of June when schools can reopen. I think teachers will be dismayed to think that they haven't been stepping up to the mark, Nick, because they have been. Schools have been open up and down the country since the lockdown.
Well, then where's the problem?
Teachers have been going in. They've been
Mr.
supporting
Glazier,
the critical worker children.
Where is the problem? If schools have been open, where's the problem? You're not telling me that critical workers' children don't have runny noses, surely, are you?
Right. Well, the issue is when you start to increase the numbers, how can you ensure that the school is safe for the children, safe for all the staff, and consequently safe for all the parents? And I think it's very significant that in this country, in the UK, there's a different set of parameters being put in place in Scotland, in Wales, and in Northern Ireland, and they're not at this stage saying it's safe for their schools to open. So we don't understand what's fundamentally different.
I'm glad you mentioned other countries, Mr. Glazier, because that allows me to take you around Europe. To Sweden, where schools for children under 16 have not been closed at all. To Denmark, where they reopened schools and nurseries a month ago. To Germany, where they reopened schools for older children earlier this month. In France, nurseries and primary school were allowed to go back. I could go on. What makes England so different?
Well, I think what makes England so different, Nick, is that the circumstances in England are very different.
So children in Denmark and Germany and France don't get runny noses?
Please let me finish.
Well, what on earth are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about the numbers of infections in the community, the numbers of deaths. You compare our situation with Germany, it's fundamentally
I mentioned France
different.
As well.
The circumstances are different, and we are...
How is a primary school different? I don't understand. Why is a primary school child different in Paris than he or she is in Pontefract?
Well, have you looked at what the circumstances are in those schools and how they're managing it? Because
yes.
I think they are managing it in a different way.
Yes, they have isolation squares.
They're managing it differently with the numbers of students. And at the end of the day, this is about the responsibility of ensuring that when schools go back, they are safe. They're safe for the kids.
So you think the Danish government, the German government, the French government, the Greek government, the Swiss government, the Swedish government, you think they don't give a stuff about that?
No, I don't think that at all. But I think our circumstances in our country, in the UK, should be looked at in the context of the UK. And that's what we want to do. Look at the context of the UK and look at the science as it relates to this country.
And you think these countries haven't?
Look, Nick, there were 3,242 new cases yesterday. Mm-hmm. We've got the highest death rate other than America.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Not per 1 million of population. We have the highest growth. I can't understand. How many teachers have I had to tell this to? We don't have the highest death rate per 1 million. We have the second highest death tally, total, gross figure. Please, it's not the highest rate. Although one death is too many.
Higher than any other European country.
No, we don't. My goodness me, I really am having to tell you a few things today, aren't I? We do not have, if you do deaths per million, we are tragically at 495. Italy is at 519. Belgium is at 768. Do I need to correct you again? We have a grotesque figure, but those countries are going back. Do you not realise that for some of these children, lastly, Mr. Glazier, this school isn't a place of education. It's a place of sanctity. It's a place of safety. You are jeopardising these children's life chances.
We are absolutely not doing that, Nick.
What, by not
the last thing that, as professionals, we'd want to do. We want to ensure the safety of children, the safety of teachers, the safety of support staff, and the safety of parents is absolutely paramount. That is our clear position, and we'll be more than happy, absolutely more than happy, to go back to opening the schools when the safety is there and the science dictates it's the right thing to do.
And the rest of Europe is wholly wrong, lastly.
Sorry, I misheard
And the
that.
rest of Europe is entirely and wholly wrong.
I'm saying that the rest of Europe has different circumstances, and you need to judge the situation in your own country and the circumstances of your own country.
I'm grateful for your time. Let's see what the public make of what is, I would suggest, an incredible reluctance to go back to work.